morning or evening, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on Sunday, May 16th, 2021. And today's editorial is a possible solution to end the Palestinian-Israeli crisis. And it's only a possible one. Are they going to take it? Absolutely not, because people don't think good these days, so no. But here it goes anyway. The people that should be involved in this solution are the Palestinians from the West Bank, the Palestinians from the Gaza Strip, Israel, Egypt, and Jordan, and a representative from the Arab League. Okay? And this is what I'm saying. Egypt and Jordan don't have much say in the Arab League these days because they got treaties with Israel. And the Arab League's going to have to change their way of thinking if they want to have a good regional structure with security involved. And that means look at people like Russia and the United States who are funneling money there to both sides. The Americans are funneling money there to both sides. Your Israelis and the Palestinians. Number one, the big question that you do in this meeting is, do the Palestinians from the West Bank want to be a one-party, or do they want to be separate from the Palestinians in Gaza? Do they want to have a separate type state from the Palestinians from Gaza? Because Gaza Palestinians are controlled by Hamas. And to the Palestinians in Gaza, do you want Hamas to control you, or do you want to live a peaceful life? And then you got to make some big decisions. All parties involved. Jordan and Egypt, and Israel too, have borders they want to keep safe. The Palestinians, you got a certain area that they justified for you back in 1947, but you don't want them. You can't have Israel. Israel has already been done. Was it fair? No. Was it moral? No. But then again, this planet is not fair and it's not moral. Neither is any human culture here fair and moral. You should learn from the Israelis themselves. They were nasty 3,000 years ago to everybody else when they had the power. And then they're victimized by powers like Babylonia and Rome. So they should know what both sides of the wheel looks like. So with these things involved here, I would speculate that you need a document where the Palestinians on the West Bank and Gaza decide that they want to be either one or two entities there, period. Then you sign a document to that effect by all parties involved. Then there should be a document that says everybody is on board with saying that Israel has a right to exist. And you sign that document. Then you have another document that says everybody on the parties say that the Palestinians have a right to exist, either in the West Bank or Gaza. And they have a right to determine their self-determination in both of those. And self-determination should be put in an asterisk because you have to define self-determination. The Gaza should not include Hamas. That's a terrorist organization. They should not represent the Palestinians from Gaza. They should be outlawed as an illegal terrorist organization and disbanded if at all possible. And a third document that says that Israel has the right to defend its borders, but does not have a right to oppress other people on the other borders. Okay? And other people do not have the right to oppress Israelis on their side of the border. Period. And then comes the big thing. Since now you have all parties that will sign that say that Israel has a right to exist. And Israel for the first time recognized that the Palestinians have a right to exist on the Gaza and the West Bank. Then comes the touchy situation of Jerusalem. To me, this is where the United Nations should come in and say, we declare Jerusalem a Terran city. Open Terran city, which means it's governed by the United Nations. It's a national earth city, first of its kind. And Israel's capital should be Tel Aviv. I know the Israelis won't go for this, but they have to, because Jerusalem is not their city. Jerusalem is a city that's been known to 3 different religions. It's a city of God. Therefore, it's a city of the planet Earth. It's unique among all cities on this planet. And that's the way you should keep it. An open Terran city. The first city of its kind on this planet. And hopefully, a few centuries down the line, if you guys take your watermelons off your heads, it'll be the test case for a united Terran planet, which I doubt, but hey, this is what it should be. Then, if you want to separate states and the West Bank, you should name the state on the West Bank if you want to be known as the West Bank Palestinians and the Gaza Strip Palestinians, or whatever names you want. 2 separate states. And they should be represented in the United Nations as members, as 2 separate states. Then, you should have no repercussions to Hamas. End the hatred, and Hamas should disintegrate. Israel's right to exist has been affirmed. Therefore, if you keep attacking Israel, every nation state on this planet should treat you as terrorist and should not give you money. If they give you money, they should put you behind bars. We're giving you this number 1 thing. And Israel should recognize the sovereignty of the Palestinian states, and the Palestinian state should recognize the sovereignty of Israel. Coexistence is going to be hard the first couple of decades. And both parties are going to have to stop hating each other. And that's going to be hard. It's going to take you at least 4 or 5 generations. Are you willing to put forth the efforts on both sides? I don't think so. I think you both entrenched. But anyway, this is just a precursor of a big deal. The Americans should look at the way they look at Israel and the way they look at the Palestinians. People like Omar, you're in the United States now. You're not in the terrorist games or give money to the people over there, whether they're Jewish or Palestinian or Arab. Should not give money to Israel, should not give money to the Palestinians. They have to self-determine themselves. how to go here and how to develop your infrastructure and culture. This is your favorite alien in Bubba. Just putting this out there because I'm from another planet and this is the way I see it. Good day.